Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. You've heard of serotonin, the so-called feel-good chemical, but do you know how it works in your brain and how it connects with your genes? Today we're going to break it all down and dive deep into the science of serotonin, how it affects your mood, brain function, and even how your chromosomes play a role in this fascinating neurotransmitter. Let's get started. We'll explain how serotonin works, the brain regions involved, and the role of genetics and how it affects our mental health. Whether you're curious about psychology or want to understand how your genes influence your mood, this video is for you. First, what exactly is serotonin? Serotonin is a neurotransmitter, which means it's one of the chemicals that helps your brain cells or neurons communicate. While most serotonin is produced in the gut, the serotonin in your brain is key to regulating mood, sleep, appetite, and many other functions. In your brain, serotonin influences everything from mood regulation to cognitive functions like learning and memory. It's also known for being one of the main players when it comes to depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders. But serotonin isn't just about brain chemistry. Your genetic makeup plays a huge role too, and that's where chromosomes come into play. Your chromosomes, which are tightly packed bundles of DNA, contain the instructions for creating serotonin receptors, transporters, and enzymes that break down serotonin. But before we get into the genetics, let's talk about where serotonin actually acts in the brain. Serotonin has effects throughout your brain, but a few key regions are particularly important. These include the RAF nuclei, the prefrontal cortex, the limbic system, and the hippocampus. Let's start with the RAF nuclei. This is the main producer of serotonin in the brain and is located in the brainstem. The RAF nuclei sends serotonin signals all over the brain, helping regulate sleep, arousal, and mood. It's like the serotonin factory of the brain, producing serotonin and sending it to different regions to manage various functions. Next up, we have the prefrontal cortex, the area of your brain responsible for complex thinking, decision-making, and regulating. Serotonin here helps you manage your emotional responses, keep anxiety in check, and make thoughtful decisions. Then we have the limbic system, which includes the amygdala and the hypothalamus. This system controls your emotional responses, especially fear and stress. When serotonin levels drop here, it can lead to heightened anxiety or overreactions to stress. Serotonin calms down activity in these areas, acting like a brake on anxiety and fear. And finally, the hippocampus, which is crucial for memory and learning. Serotonin helps the hippocampus store new information and navigate spatial memory, making it easier to learn and remember things. So serotonin spreads from the RAF nuclei to the prefrontal cortex, limbic system, and hippocampus, influencing everything from your emotions to memory. But why do some people have lower serotonin levels than others? Well, that's where genetics come into play. Your chromosomes carry the genetic code that determines how much serotonin your brain produces, how effectively it works, and how it's broken down. Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes each and contain genes that control serotonin-related proteins. For example, a gene on chromosome 17 encodes the serotonin transporter protein. This protein helps reabsorb serotonin after it's been released into a synapse. Some people have a variation in this gene known as the short allele, which has been linked to higher risk of depression and anxiety. People with the short allele of the serotonin transporter gene tend to have less efficient serotonin reuptake, which can lead to lower overall serotonin levels in the brain. This is why they may be more vulnerable to stress or mood disorders. Medications like SSRIs work at blocking the reuptake of serotonin, leaving more of it available in the brain. This boosts serotonin levels, helping improve mood in people with depression. And it's not just transporters. There are also serotonin receptors like 5-HT1A and 5-HT2A, which are coded by genes on different chromosomes. Variations in these genes can influence how your brain cells respond to serotonin, which may affect everything from mood to anxiety to sleep. Now let's focus on what serotonin is most famous for: mood regulation. Serotonin helps keep your emotions in balance and promoting feelings of well-being and stability. When serotonin levels drop, it can lead to mood disorders like depression and anxiety. When serotonin is low, the prefrontal cortex becomes less effective at regulating emotions, and the amygdala, your fear center, can become overactive. This is why many people with low serotonin levels experience increased anxiety, irritability, or depressive symptoms. Studies show that people with the short allele of the serotonin transporter gene are more likely to experience mood disorders, especially when they face stressful life events. But serotonin isn't just about mood, it's also involved in sleep, appetite, and cognitive function. In the brain, serotonin works alongside melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. Low serotonin levels can lead to insomnia or trouble sleeping, and this is why sleep disturbances are so common in people with depression. Serotonin also plays a key role in controlling appetite. High levels of serotonin can suppress hunger, while low levels might increase food cravings, especially for carbohydrates. So while serotonin is best known for its role in mental health, it also influences a range of other bodily functions. And the way your genes and chromosomes interact with serotonin helps determine how it impacts your body and mind. So what have we learned today? Serotonin is far more than just a feel-good chemical. It's a powerful neurotransmitter that regulates not only your mood, but also sleep, appetite, and cognitive functions like memory and learning. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like and don't forget to subscribe.